And do you ever have time to reflect on that? I know the grind is constant, but just
reflect on like when we won.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think about it almost every day. I'm like, wow, like I'm a 2024 WNBA championship. You know, I'm a champion. Like I feel like that's gonna always be with me. But like you said, like the grind is always there. I'm always on the move. I'm always going overseas and then coming back. Like that just shows like how much I love the game. I always want to play. I always want to improve. And I'm surrounded by amazing people, so it's a lot of fun.
Speaking of that last point, you're getting shots up with JJ and Natasha.
Oh, yeah.
Specifically with Natasha, like it seems like she has such a genuine connection with everyone.
Oh my gosh, the first day she came in, I mean, you could hear her in the hallway, like, what's up everybody? You know, like she just brings that energy. And like after we lost KT, you know, KT was that energy person. And I feel like Natasha Cloud is that really good replacement, you know? So like, I know like no matter what, she's gonna match everyone's energy, and like I said, she's just that spark that we need, you know. So I'm excited for what she's gonna bring to this team.
Maybe you read my mind because I was going to ask. Obviously, your partner in crime is now across the country.
Please don't mention my partner in crime.
But so she was the captain of the bench, essentially. And so I guess what I want to know is, you know, how do you think your role on this team, because you know what's expected, how do you think that's going to evolve, not only on the court, but also maybe being that person people can come to, like what KT was?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, you mentioned it. She was that big voice for us on the bench, so like I know it's my second year now, so like I'm that vet that has to communicate more. I have to be able to like be approachable when the rookies or even like one of the vets have a question, you know, I got to be open. But like I said, I think the biggest thing is probably just going to be my vocal leadership, honestly. It's something that I'm like getting better at. Like it's still like a little up and down, but like I feel like from last year I've improved a lot in that area. And but yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. I just got to be consistent in that. And yeah, I'm excited.
Sorry, go ahead.
I guess I'm just curious what types of conversations you've had with Sandy and the staff about how your on-court role is going to evolve and maybe, you know, get bigger.
She mentioned that I'll be playing multiple positions. I'll be playing probably a 3, but I think my main thing is going to be a 4. But like, there's going to be situations where I'm going to have to bring the ball up the floor. I mean, it happens when I get a rebound, I'm just going to have to go. But like, I've been a kind of versatile player all my life, so I'm kind of used to it. So I'm excited to step into that role for a bigger team, a better team, you know, so I'm just excited, honestly.
Sandy kind of mentioned your comfortability, you know, with this not being your first time, your first rodeo here being with this team. How different do you feel as like a player in person amongst this organization now versus like a year ago?
Yeah, I feel like last season I was kind of like branching out of my shell a little bit. I feel like KT was that person that really like helped me get out of that, and I feel like now it's my second year. I feel like I'm way comfortable with being myself, being my goofy, weird self. So I give props to her for just being that person that like I could just, you know, be myself too. So
when did you find out that KT got drafted in the expansion draft?
When did that happen?
It was like in
December 8th?
Yeah.
That was when I found out.
But I mean, like, how did you find out, I guess?
I was watching TV, I was with my family, and when I, like literally when I saw it, my jaw dropped. I was like, there is no way you guys took my KT. But you know, I was happy for her. Like, it's a new beginning. I know she's gonna do great things. She's just that person, like I mentioned. She brings that spark no matter where she goes. And no matter where, I'm always rooting for her. I'm always happy for her. So, yeah.
Do you call, text her, like how
we FaceTime pretty frequently. Like, I texted her a couple days ago before training camp. I was like, hey, I just want to wish you the best in training camp, even though you don't need it. But like, you know, like whenever you need me, I'm a phone call away. Like, I'm always your sis no matter what, you know. So yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to be quite special when they come, and
I might shed a tear. You know, I mean, that's my dog. I mean, even though like I met her back when I was playing in Dallas, but the fact that I was able to really like get to know her last year, the first year, she's been, I don't know, she's just a really special person, you know. And like I said, like I sound like a broken record, but like she's just a really overall loyal, genuine person that if you cross paths with her, like you have to like hold on tight, you know, because she's gonna change your life no matter what. So yeah.
KB, first of all, how you doing? I'm glad to see you again.
Good to see you.
Sorry it's the third day and I'm now saying hi to you. It's all good.
No, it's all good.
just speaking about the team's energy and the chemistry and everything, I see the videos with you and Jalen online dancing, Natasha, but
Yes.
also I see after, this is the third practice, and after every practice, you went up to Epiphany Prince, and it was almost as if
Oh
you were
my
getting a
gosh.
piggyback ride. Just speak about, like what was all of that about? And
Okay.
just speak about the energy of this year versus last year.
No, you have to know. So I've known Piff. I played with Piff when I was in Seattle back in 2021, and she's just always been like a big sister to me. Like I mentioned, she's a GOAT, and she's just been, I don't know, just like a really good person that I can lean on. She's always cracking jokes. She keeps a smile on my face. But like compared to 2021 and then 2025, I mean, it's been a big like jump for me. I feel like in all areas my game has grown, and I credit that to being in the W and then also like playing overseas, you know. So that's something that I'm just gonna keep on building on, just gaining that confidence, you know. So.
And you mentioned her like kind of being your big sister. Yesterday I spoke to Jalen, and she's like, KB's my big sister. So let's speak about that. Like, how are you gonna kind of like keep her under your wing this season, especially with you know, her competing for a spot?
I feel like, I know this season's going to be really tough. There's going to be situations where it's going to be like up and down for us, and like everyone's going to have their days when they're going to like, you know, put their head down and like, oh, I don't want to be here. Like, what should I do? I feel like for Jalen, I could be that person and be like, there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're on this team, because they see potential in you. I see potential in you, you know? So just being able to like keep on telling her that and knowing that she belongs no matter what. And every time she steps into the court, she's gonna bring that energy. She's gonna make a difference, you know? So I always like keep reminding her that.
And then my last one for you, because I've asked most of them, what was the most non-basketball thing that you think that you got a lead at this offseason?
Non-basketball thing
Yeah.
that I've got a lead at?
Or good.
Stewie said pottery, if that
Oh,
helps.
for her?
Yeah.
Really?
Stewie's doing pottery. Sabrina said golf.
Okay.
Natasha was all about her water and meditation.
I
Okay.
like that. That's nice.
AJ, I need some help. Hey, okay, you know what? AJ gave me that. I would say TikTok. I feel like I've been growing in TikTok. You know, I've been doing my little dances, my little routines.
You actually have. I've seen a lot. You
You see
dropping a
that?
lot of those videos. so
Boy,
yeah,
I mean,
you gotta monetize the
You
TikTok.
know, but you know, the crazy part is like it's so unhealthy how attached I am to TikTok. Like it's so bad, but you know what? I feel like it also at the same time like it brings everyone together. You know, so I enjoy it. So I'll say TikTok. You know.
What do you
Thank you.
think is going
Of
to
course.
be the largest motivating factor for this team this season? You mentioned it's going to be a hard year.
I feel like it's gonna be communication, honestly. When fatigue kicks in, that's when we kind of like go into ourselves. We kind of stop talking. We stop like running our lanes. I feel like we have to over communicate so that won't happen, you know. So I feel like communication is gonna be the biggest thing.
Last season kind of fluctuated as it went on. Just felt whatever the team needed for you, you kind of stepped into that and plugged in wherever was needed. Where does that willingness to just kind of like accept the role? Have you always been that way, or is that something that you've really grown to in the WNBA?
I feel like I've always just accepted my role, like you said. I feel like every opportunity given to me is a gift from God, honestly, and there's a reason that I'm in this position, and glory to Him, honestly. So like, no matter what it is, if I'm playing 2 minutes, if I'm playing 10 minutes, I feel like no matter what, I'm gonna have to, you know, be a spark somehow, you know. And if it doesn't happen, I mean, it doesn't happen. I'm not a perfect player. Like that's part of the game of basketball. But like I said, I'm just gonna play my part no matter what the situation is, you know.
How was your offseason maybe different, you know, as a WNBA champion?
My I feel like it hasn't been different. I feel like I've always been that person when the W is over, I go straight overseas, and that I feel like that's not going to change, you know, because like I said earlier, like the grind never stops. I always want to get better, like each year, every day, you know. So I feel like there's really like no difference when it comes to off season.
Why do you think, so you went to Turkey, yes.
I did.
It seems like that country has adhered to prioritization maybe more than others. Like you've played in France.
Yeah.
So why do you think that is?
I feel like in Turkey the competition is just always it's always competitive. I feel like Turkey, when it comes to overseas, it's the top competition. There's always a Turkish team that always ends up in the Final Four. So I feel like I'm getting that good experience when I'm playing in Turkey. But like I said, I would love to play in France again, even though they have to change that, how long their season is, because like it couldn't be that long, you know. But like I feel like no matter where I go, I'm always having fun. I feel like I'm able to grow my game in different ways. So credit to Turkey, you know. They gave me an opportunity to help the team in a tough position, and
Thanks, guys.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.